Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Galactic Report. Today is Friday, February 14th, 2025, and I'll jump right in. I'm talking about earthquakes that are continuing in the Mediterranean. We have still the option that the volcano in Santorini Island is going to erupt. We have earthquakes in northern Italy too. So the whole Mediterranean is in uproar. And many people believe, and even the old Attic philosophers thought that Santorini was part of Atlantis. And I believe that the Atlantean memory is coming back into the field of our collective consciousness more and more now. I have a lot of readings recently where Atlantis played a big role in recovering memories of lifetimes there. So I'm really interested to see how this plays out in the coming weeks and months. If you have memories of Atlantean lives, please let me know in the comments. That would be really, really interesting to see how many of you who are tuned in to that are part of the Atlantean collective that is here now to for a second try. And this time, I hope we will succeed in having a positive outcome of it all. There was also supposed to be an earthquake near Area 51 in Nevada, USA. Area 51 is the famous military facility where UFOs and even aliens are supposed to be researched. And I took the time to look at the chart of the earthquake, the supposed earthquake on Monday, February 10th. I don't have the exact time of the earthquake, but I will show you this chart anyways. Straight away, there are two alignments which are important. We have here Jupiter conjunct the ascendant, and Jupiter also conjunct the fixed star Aldebaran in Taurus constellation. Jupiter on the ascendant, of course, makes the whole event huge and important. Jupiter in Gemini also is not the most optimal placement for Jupiter because it makes it a bit chatty, a bit inclined towards conspiracy theories, and a lot of ideas are floating around regarding this event for sure. But with Aldebaran, there is also a divine guided energy with it because Aldebaran has very dark aspects, as we know, but also very light and even archangelic energies coming with this beautiful royal fixed star that is aligned with Jupiter. So I think there is I wouldn't say divine intervention, but for sure there is intervention coming from beyond Earth. And it makes a lot of sense regarding what I shared earlier, the Area 51 being part of a huge UFO a disclosure for sure. And the disclosure is being seen here. The sun is conjunct midheaven, so the whole goal of this earthquake, I don't think it is an earthquake. When I look at the chart, it feels very artificial, actually. The whole endeavor of the operation is to bring light into some hidden aspects or very hidden aspects deep underground Area 51. So let's see how this will continue, what is brought to the daylight, what is brought into the light of our collective consciousness in the spirit of the new Aquarian energy we're in. Um, Yeah, I'll keep it like that for the moment. There could be talked a lot about this chart, but this is maybe for something for some other time. Regarding the return of the light, which is one of the main topics of this week's report for me, there have been some events that seem random and not connected, but I would like to shine a light on those. Um, President Trump has decided as one of his first actions, being back in office, to bring back the incandescent light bulbs, which were obviously banned in the US. They are banned in Europe as well. And it is interesting that with everything going on a global scale, he took time um, to address this issue. I feel like this is playing into the topic of the return of the light, maybe even the return of the more natural light in our consciousness. And there was a second event that I found interesting in these regards is that a politician in America, Anna Paulina Luna, who is in charge of the disclosure and the public, how do you say, the making public of the records of the JFK files. She is openly talking about two shooters, which has been a conspiracy theory since the assassination took place. And I'm really interested in what is going to be revealed regarding this JFK topic. Again, the light of consciousness will be shown on this. And last but not least, but very, very symbolic, I find, is that a video was published with a black sea devilfish that is usually only found in lightless depths of the sea, which swam near ocean surface. And it represents for me, although it is such a small fish, it represents for me that the frightening aspects of our world are coming to the surface. And again, the light of our consciousness, of our awareness, is shown on these aspects, which look so frightening, which look so alien even. And we are supposed to look at it with open eyes, with our consciousness, and with the consciousness also that we need to look at those topics so they can be healed in the collective. It is also represented in this week's chart, collective chart, where we can find Sun in Aquarius and Uranus in Taurus squaring each other. And I'll share screen for a second so you know what I'm talking about. You can see Sun here in Aquarius squaring Uranus in Taurus. Uranus in Taurus is talking about the earthquakes, is talking about volcanic activity, and Sun in Aquarius shines the light on the darker aspects that come to the surface, that are rattled up in our unconscious, in our collective field of consciousness. And more we are asked to look at all these events with eyes wide open and with our minds wide open as well. I have another aspect in this chart I want to talk with you about, and that is Pluto our friend Pluto, who moved into Aquarius a couple of weeks ago, squaring the vertex point, the collective fated point of destiny, if we want. And both those points are sitting at special degrees. Pluto at 2 degrees Aquarius brings the best out of the sign, but also the best of the planetary energies. And Pluto in Aquarius is the world changer with high ideals, unconventional, sometimes original, but a very beautiful teamwork aspect. Pluto is in Aquarius is the visionary genius, and we are supposed to be in service of one humanity here. And the vertex point at 0 degree Scorpio speaks about when a planet or a mathematical point is at 0 degrees of a zodiac sign, it increases the power of the sign it's in. It represents the sign at its purest form. And Scorpio is the deep sign that sees through spiritual connections, that is diving deep and it has no fear of the unknown, of the unconscious, also the darker aspects of our collective energies. And it wants to bring light in the darkness. It is about cyclical destruction also, and it is very interesting that the vertex point is conjunct the Shapley attractor, one of the supracosmic points that we include in galactic astrology, a massive gravitational force about 220 million light years from Earth. Imagine the distances. The Shapley attractor is grouping together the largest known concentration of galaxies in our universe. And it is an immense force field that holds a much higher perspective on life. We are here with Shapley attractor conjuncting the vertex and squaring Pluto to support our collective evolution. And we do that by shining the light, by embodying the light, all of us. We are here to embody our truest colors. We are called to be our true, authentic selves without pretense. And it is really important to understand that in all of what is going on here in the collective now, we are supposed to shine the light of our consciousness onto everything that unfolds. And even if you think you're sitting on a sofa and doing nothing, that's not true at all. You are a light being, embodying the light here, anchoring it, and you are part of a greater collective. Do not forget that. We are all here to bring the light and make sure that this time it is victorious. There is another aspect in our collective chart this week I want to talk about and end the report with it. The last square I'm talking today in our collective chart is Chiron in Aries squaring Mars in Cancer. And Chiron in Aries is feeling a bit rebellious, let's say, and making us a bit challenged by these energies. And Mars is fueling this energy a lot with its more fighting energy. Also, Mars is a bit subdued in Cancer. and that makes it even more uncomfortable. So both signs are feeling uncomfortable, and you might feel this in your own energy bodies at the moment, because we have the Schumann resonance this week ramped up in a very peculiar way, I have to say. It is we have high energy, high voltage energy that suddenly stops, and we go back to normal, and then it started again in a very high voltage energy. So do not feel uh, well, it might feel challenging to you, but no, it will go, it will pass. And on top of it all, we had a massive coronal hole again facing Earth from Sun. And the coronal holes are sources of fast sun wind streams that have the potential to generate mild to moderate geomagnetic storms. So us being part of this geomagnetic energy field of the Earth, we feel those storms. We feel the Schumann resonance if it ramps up. And be assured that this will pass as usual. It is supposed to be upgrading our bodies, and to make it a bit more beautiful, you might be in for some northern lights and auroras tonight on Valentine's Day. So go out and have a look at the auroras in the night sky. If there are no auroras, look at the stars and be inspired by them. And last but not least, I'm leaving you with a beautiful image of the so-called stratospheric clouds that showed up in northern Finland during full moon, I believe. And again, look at how beautiful the light is embodying itself in these beautiful, beautiful colors all around Earth. So shine your light, beautiful ones, and I see you next week with another galactic report. Goodbye.